Just as in any business, maintenance is very important, and then it is no different in fish farming. In fish farming, some of the maintenance activities that you have to practice daily is you have to ensure that you test your water parameters daily. You have to ensure your water parameters are up there, are always within range. Water parameters, I mean the pH, the ammonia, the nitrate, the nitrite, temperature, turbidity, even odor.
Okay.
Is
that done daily?
Yes, it's done daily. It's done daily, depending on the type of system that you are using.
Joshua, in every system, there's a need to practice maintenance culture. And I'm sure you have some maintenance practices you undertake here that helps with your fish farming. Can you tell me some of them and then why those things are key?
Okay, so just as in any business, maintenance is very important, and then it is no different in fish farming. In fish farming, some of the maintenance activities that you have to practice daily is one, the biosecurity measures. You have to ensure that every day your biosecurity is up there.
Biosecurity?
Yes.
What does that entail?
The biosecurity, I mean prevention of diseases, prevention of pathogenic infections to your fishes, whether from an external farm or within your farm to your fishes. So that is one maintenance or one preventive measures that you have to always put in place.
You mentioned bringing diseases from other farms. How does that happen, and then how do you prevent it?
So just as any farm practices, you have to ensure that visitors coming to your farm, you have to make sure that they disinfect their hands, their foot, whatever they are bringing into your farms. That is why when you visit any livestock farm, you see their foot bath, washing basin, and all that's putting in place. So these are biosecurity measures that we put in place. As well as pond sanitization, that is janitorials. You have to always ensure that you clean your ponds and the tools that you use, the equipment that you use in your daily activities on the farm. You have to make sure you disinfect them, you clean them well to prevent any form of disease, infection, any form of outbreak. And most importantly in fish farming, you have to ensure that you test your water parameters daily. You have to ensure your water parameters are up there, are always within range. Water parameters, I mean the pH, the ammonia, the nitrate, the nitrite, temperature, turbidity, even odor. Is
that done daily?
Yes, it's done daily. It's done daily, depending on the type of system that you are using. So the conventional way of culturing fish, that is changing water every 2 to 3 days, you know definitely you are going to change water. So people don't really pay attention to the water parameters. They only test the source water. If it's Ghana water, you are free because you know the pH is always stable. So the only thing you have to check is probably the temperature that you are, the temperature of the water you are pumping onto your fish. But with systems like the RAS, the bioflog, this probiotics way of culturing fish, you have to make sure that you test your water parameters to ensure they are always within range. As well as another maintenance practices that we ensure on our farm is to, people don't really talk about that, is to provide quality feed for your fishes.
That is also key. Yes,
that is also key. Some wouldn't consider it as maintenance, but then I feel supplying your fishes with right feed is also a maintenance practice. Because if you don't do that, the biosecurity measures, the pond sanitation will all go to waste. Yes, so that is something that you always have to ensure on a fish farm.
How would it go to waste if I'm not giving my fishes the right feed?
So if you clean your ponds, your fishes are not infected, may not be infected, but if you feed them with poor quality feed, they are not growing. They will never grow. So that tells you that this is something that you are
spending money there, and then you are not making any because of the feed. So you always have to ensure quality feed is being given to your fishes. Joshua, let me go over the 4 key points you've spoken about. So we have the biosecurity, the janitorial, water parameters, and then feed. One thing that crossed my mind, what if there is an outbreak or there's an infection? how is that handled?
Okay, so when there is a disease or infection outbreak in your pond, you have about 3 things you can do.
Okay.
One is to apply probiotics.
Okay. Not antibiotics.
Not antibiotics.
Okay.
We have probiotics. Probiotics are different from antibiotics.
Okay.
Because if you use antibiotics in your pond, one, it is highly prohibited by the Chamber of Aquaculture, the regulations as to regards to fish farming. We don't use antibiotics that human beings consume, takes to treat fishes.
Okay.
We have fish biotics that it comes with.
Okay.
You can treat them with fish biotics or probiotics. Okay. Probiotics is like a long-term treatment. It takes time because you are introducing something organic to treat the fishes. Okay. Just like human beings using the orthodox medication. We presume it is slow in action, but then very good. Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. So these maintenance practices that we've spoken about, does it apply to both catfish and then tilapia?
Yes, it applies to both catfish and tilapia, even other species. Whatever species of fish that you are catching, you have to apply all these maintenance practices.
Okay. So I understood that what you talked about applied to the tarpaulin pond.
Yeah.
Does it also apply to the earthen pond?
Yes, some applies to the earthen pond.
Okay.
With the cleaning of the pond, washing of the pond and all that, it applies to tarpaulin pond and then the concrete pond and as well as the plastic ponds.
Okay.
But with maintenance on earthen ponds, I think you have 2 maintenance that you can undergo on earthen pond. That is refertilization of the pond, introducing organic matter like poultry manure into the pond to help in to promote the growth of phytoplanktons, worms, and other stuff in your pond to make it healthier for the fishes to live in. Okay. And as well as weeding. That is a common, yes, weeding.
You need to weed around.
You need to weed around the pond. Okay. But it comes with measures. If you construct your earthen pond with sandbags, weeding becomes very difficult because you might tend to cut the sandbags and then, your ponds is prone to collapsing. Yes.
Okay. So to have having a fish farm in itself is an investment. So these maintenance practices we are speaking about, if they are done daily or at the intervals required, one should expect more success in their fish farming, right?
Yes. So in fish farming, I always say fish farming is very basic. Follow the right measures and then you succeed. Because if your fishes are healthy, you don't need to worry about anything. They will definitely eat the quality feed you are administering in the pond and then they will give you in return body mass or body weight. Yeah.
At the end of the day, you can sell that and then make your profits.
Yes, that is it.
It's been good discussing this. Thank you.